everyone, it's Angela, and I'm here to do a sort of get ready with me video. This is just going to be how I do my makeup on a daily basis. This is more of a spring, summery type look, and if you're interested in how I do my makeup, stay tuned. Disclaimer, I am no beauty guru, so if I'm doing something that makes you cringe, I'm sorry, this is just what works for me. So I am starting off with kind of a bare face. And when I say kind of a bare face, I only have one thing on it so far, and that is my moisturizer. I use this Origins moisturizer, which is the Perfect World Age Defense moisturizer with an SPF 25 in it. And I have relatively good skin. The one tip that I have consistently heard throughout my life is always moisturize your face and always put an SPF of some kind on your face. That is the only thing that has remained consistent through all the advice that I've ever heard. So moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. And after moisturizing, you want to make sure that you let your skin dry before starting the makeup process. This is also true if you use a primer. I am going through a phase where I'm half and half with primers. This video, I will not be doing my primer, but if you do use a primer, be sure to let that dry as well. Otherwise, your makeup will just rest on the top of your skin because you applied it when your primer was wet. The next step is optional. You may not need to do any extra work under your eyes, but I need to cover up these dark circles. They are super bad during the week. They're not really that bad today, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you how I do it. I've recently started using this Magic Skin Beautifier BB Cream from L'Oreal. This is an anti-fatigue. And I haven't really found another product that I like a whole lot. I just started using this, so I'm really not sure, if I'm going to stick with it or if I'm going to find something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm just coming right at the end of my dark circle. And I'm just going to be patting that into my skin. I'm just going to get a little more on this side here. And there is a reason why I'm not going super far up, which I will tell you all in a minute. But we're just going to go ahead and work this into the skin with that patting motion. Then we're going to cover it all up because it's going to be orange. I have been like addicted to Hamilton videos lately on YouTube. It's kind of crazy, guys. It's like all the interviews I can watch. I cannot wait for the Tonys, which by the time you see this, they'll have passed. So I'm super excited. But yeah. When applying anything under your eyes, you always want to use your ring finger because it is the most delicate finger, and this is the most delicate part of your face is right under your eyes. So we just want to make sure that we're not applying too much pressure and also not really giving our makeup a smooth and even finish. The work under my eyes is far from done, but I'm going to go ahead and put on my foundation. And for this, I use the Lorac Perfection Foundation in the shade PR2. I really love this foundation. It is a lighter coverage, so it doesn't make my face feel cakey, and I really don't need to cover that many things. My complexion is pretty smooth and even across the board, so I really enjoy this because, it provides enough coverage without me being able to tell that, hey, I really have something on my face. So what I like to do is go ahead and squirt a few little pumps on the back of my hand. And I don't squirt a lot at all. And then I'm just going to go ahead and apply my foundation. Just patting it into my face. And I am not going to hit my under eye area with my foundation at all. Oh, I got way too much foundation on my nose. Oh well. It's really hard to see in this freaking tiny camera. So just excuse the Yeti look for a minute, guys. So I recently started using a beauty blender, and yes, I always used brushes before, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this or go back to my brushes. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think I've only used it to do my whole face like one time. So I'm just going to get a damp beauty blender. And I'm going to go in and just start blending it out. I really love summertime, but the one thing I don't like is like when you get a tan, finding that new perfect shade that matches your skin. Like this is my winter foundation, and I haven't really gotten too much of a tan yet, so hopefully this can last me a little bit longer. Who knows? When I get a tan this year, I might just switch to trying BB creams instead. I want to know, do you guys use foundation all the time? Do you use BB creams? Like what's your makeup of choice? This is driving me crazy, so I gotta look at my big mirror. And I'm just gonna finish the work in my big mirror. I actually didn't do that bad with not being able to see. In case you guys don't know, I currently wear glasses. I have to get contacts before summer starts, but I am like blind as a bat. It's embarrassing. So, yep. I'm actually really liking the finish that the Beauty Blender is doing, so. I'm afraid to talk too much because I'm afraid I'm going to like burst into song, like musical songs, you know, like I mentioned earlier, Hamilton. I've also had Rent stuck in my head today. 525,600 minutes. Yeah. This video is going to be like ages long. Now that the foundation is applied, I'm going to be going in with my concealer. And for this, I use the Lorac Perfection Concealer. And yes, I really like the Lorac products, in case you couldn't tell. I used to have the Lorac mascara. Yeah, the list goes on and on. So it gets crazy. It just gets crazy sometimes. So what I'm going to be doing is just coming under my eye and placing just a few dots right under my eye. If you get too much under your eye, don't worry, we'll always blend it out. However, I do have these problems with these wrinkles under my eye, and I'm going to be applying here with a patting motion and bringing it up. The less makeup you have in those creases, the better that it is to not congeal in the crease. And you guys all know what I'm talking about if you have the under eye lines. It's pretty bad. So with a patting motion, I'm just going to go ahead and apply. And I'm also going to do the triangle. Okay, so the primer is in. My foundation has had a little bit of time to set, which I really recommend making sure your foundation is dry. If you touch it and pull away, foundation should not be on your finger. If you pull away and foundation is on your finger, then you need to wait just a little bit longer before you apply color. But now is the fun part, the color. And I'm going to start with the eyes. This is going to be more of a light spring, summer kind of look. And I'm going to be using this palette that I got from Walmart, I believe. It is the NYC palette in the shade 789. It's called West Vintage. I really like palettes with multiple colors, and I know when I said spring, summer, these probably did not come to mind, but you'll see. You'll see. So we're going to do the overall lid with this really light green color. I'm just going to grab a brush. This is a brush that I got from Sephora. I really like Ulta brushes just a bit better, but beggars can't be choosers at this point, right? Whipping out my handy dandy mirror again so I can see a little bit better. I'm just going to come in and cover the lid with this really light green. that is applied, I'm going to be going in and doing my crease with my Lorac Pro 2 palette. I really love this palette. It has 8 mattes and 8 shimmers in it. And I'm going to be using a matte to go in my crease. I'm going to be using this little light brown color here, as well as this Real Techniques brush that I just picked up the other day. Okay, so I was just finishing the crease and a huge ass spider was coming at me. And the only thing I had in my hand was my Lorac Pro 2 palette, and I smashed it on the ground. Yeah. Needless to say, a bunch of my eyeshadows came up, and now my palette is just a mess. But we're gonna finish this video, and then I'm gonna go clean it up a bit and try and salvage. So, one of my favorite tricks is to use an eyeshadow for an eyeliner. And by this, I mean using something that will accentuate your eyes. So I have blue eyes, and the 2 colors that will really make blue eyes pop are purple and brown. I use the brown in my crease, and I'm going to go ahead and use the purple in this little palette here as my liner. Has been applied, and now we're going to go in and set our face with our powder. I'm using this Lumi True Match powder from L'Oreal Paris, and I just got it today, so this is brand new. Never used this product before. You're seeing it here first, and so I'm just going to go ahead and cover my face with the powder using my fluffy powder brush, if I can find it. Yeah, I just cleaned it a couple of days ago, but it's already starting to get a little dirty. But anyway. Now we're going to focus on the lips. So I'm going to be lining it with this CoverGirl Lip Perfection. It is in the shade 210 called Seduce. I hardly ever focus on doing lips with any makeup look. So it is something that I'm like trying to get into. Usually my main focus is on eyes, but yeah. Lips are going to be something that takes getting used to, I guess. And I'm just going to be using this CoverGirl lipstick. It is in the shade 235 called Champagne. And it's a very neutral color. And you'll see why in just a bit. So the very last step for my makeup look is coming in with a blush. Now, since my lips are a more neutral shade, as are my eyes, I tried to tone it down quite a bit on the shades that I would normally use on them. I wanted to play around with cheeks for this spring summery type look and do a little bit more colorful cheek and add that really nice shimmer to it. So I'm going to be using this blush palette. I have no idea where I got it, but it is the Revolution London Ultra Blush Palette. Like I said, no idea where I got it from. And I'm going to be using this shade right here. So there you have it, guys. This is the finished look. This is my makeup pretty much 98% of the time, exactly how I do it and everything. Normally for work, I do wear my hair up, but if I'm using this look in every day, I would wear it down like this, all crazy out of control, because this is spring summer look and the wind's gonna mess up your hair anyway, right? If you want to see how I transition a day look like this into a night look, be sure and let me know down in the comments below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any ideas for future videos, feel free to let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye!